Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're finally going to be talking about something that's not DPS this time. Well, I know, everybody clap your hands, come on. Alright, so we're going to be talking about Victor. And he's basically going to be the ultimate support class here. And yeah, let me show you guys why. So, we got Victor. He's using the Peppenheimer. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I can't spell or pronounce a lot of these things, okay? So I'm gonna mess it up quite a few times. But anywho, he's gonna be using Break Extender, Oil Strike, Heavy Strike, and then in his armor, the tier 10 armor, he's gonna be using Wet Strike, Blind on hit, Sleep on hit. These are all low. These are not rank 10 crystals because I haven't farmed enough to acquire the enough to make them into rank 10s, but yeah, that's a process in the making. But try and get these 10 if possible. At least the break extender. A break extender is a big one. It's really powerful. I mean, you're extending the debuff, so it's really good. Definitely recommend getting that. So, and then we got Swift Sandals. Now this guy is very slow. He's a freaking turtle, and it's not really worth it to really get his agility up. Because we have access to, well, his own buff, which gives agility, and then we got Mika's buff, which also gives more agility. So you're fine once you got the buffs going and stuff. It's fine. So you got a 75% chance to act first. There is a crystal that gives you first. You can strike first or whatever, so, but it's up to you if you want to sacrifice a crystal for the accessory and then swap it out for something else. But I like the Swift Sandals. It seems good chance for me. I mean, 75% is still good if you want to act first. And then for class emblem, I have Cleric. Now, well, we're not really gonna be a healer, but it does help. It's like a oh crap situation, like when you need to like start healing people up. You have that option with this character, and healing is scaled off of mind and magic. So a lot of people don't know about this, but it is scaled off of magic too as well. And I think it's even ratio, like 1-to-1 or whatever like that. So mind and magic is what you guys want to go for. Now you can go for Rune Knight. You're gonna lose a little bit of mind, but you're gonna gain a little bit of defense, but it's not that much. I would still recommend Cleric. You can go Pyromancer. You're just gonna swap out, but honestly you don't need to go for that because mind and magic is, you're just swapping one for the other. It makes so you don't really need to go Pyromancer, so I wouldn't really recommend that. You could go Mage Warrior if you want a little bit more defense. What's the other one? Shaman if you want a little bit more TP, because you are going to be burning up a lot of TP. But yeah, I would just recommend Cleric. So just go with Cleric. So basically, we're going to be applying a lot of debuffs with this guy. And let's go into his skills. So, we already got a ton of different debuffs, and Bee Sting is just furthering upon that arsenal that we have. So we have Paralyze in our arsenal. But our main skill is going to be Heroic Ode. We want to get this off as quick as possible, because you get 15% attack, magic, defense, mind, agility, and crit chance. This is pretty much the best move in the game. It's incredible. Then we got a Sylph's Tail, which lowers wind and earth resistance by 35%. Absolutely great. Then we got Ifrit's Song, which lowers fire and water resistance by 35%. Now we're gonna have a chance to inflict heavy, oil, wet, and I think dry. So if one of those lands, we could utilize one of these debuffs, and we can capitalize on that damage even more. Then we got our, I can actually take one of these out because you don't need both, because you're not going to be dishing out a lot of damage anyways. You only need one AoE, but you know, it just opens up your ability to capitalize on the weakness. So you got wind and earth. It gives you a little bit more leeway in your options. But you can just leave it to one AoE, because that's all we need. We just need to hit everything, and with just something, okay? Just as long as we're hitting stuff. So yeah. And then for our class action skills, I went with heal all, because this is gonna be our oh crap, I need to heal up kind of thing. And so yeah, that's why I threw that in there. And then we have shielding Mazaruka. I think that's how you say it. Grants HP absorption. Yeah, this is pretty good for mitigating damage. I like it. If you don't really need it, there's a lot more options that you can go for. Especially like this light coat and dark coat. This is really good because yeah, this is the only way to apply that kind of element to your physical attackers. So these are both really good. Definitely recommend these if you're farming stuff that's weak against light elemental and dark elemental. So yes, you can swap those out with this. Your TP regen is good too. Very nice. He's got a lot of good versatility in his character design. So you can't really go wrong with any of these really. I mean, you got your revive that you can go with. You got more healing regen that you can go with. Meditating song, you can start curing status ailments. So that's really good too. Honestly, like a lot of this you could equip, but this is what I have at the moment, because I don't really have to worry about some of this stuff in the late game, because stuff just dies so fast anyways. But all this is really good, especially like mid game. Like you're gonna be utilizing a lot of this stuff. But yeah, what else do we have? Encore's okay, but we have the gem in our gear, so we don't really need to equip this. Bee Sting is nice if you want to try and inflict paralyze, or you can only swap to Rob, which he's like a paralyzed master. We get your single target attacks, which we're not really here to dish out damage. We just want to buff, and we want to get a lot of debuffs on the enemy, so we don't really need these. He can dish out mild amount of like elemental damage, but he's not going to be like super beefy strong with it, because we want to use him and utilize his heroic ode. That's what his like bread and butter move is going to be, is this move right here. So let's go into his passive stuff. We got defense up. Now, there is, I think, maybe a way to get HP through maybe one of the class emblems. But if you can get HP, definitely go with it, because HP scales up way better than defense. So try and go HP if you can. You might be able to get it on one of the class emblems. I haven't like looked into it too much. So yeah, the next thing you want to do is get heavy armor bonus, because we're going to be wearing heavy armor, so you might as well get that lowered income damage. Then we get silence on hit to further our arsenal of debuffs. Then we got dry strike, so we have a chance to apply dry. Combined with everything else, it's great. And this already comes with him, so it's even more great. And we're going to be using up lots of TP, so we're going to go with TP cost down to reduce our cost of skills by 40%. So it's nice to have. Yeah, he has a lot of options for a lot of stuff. So if you were to make a magic based attack, you can use earth attack and then use his earth attack magic to increase his damage a little bit more. But for this particular build, he's just going to be support and debuffing, so we're not going to use it. But you do have the option to go like a magical attack kind of build. But it's not going to really contend with, you know, Lenny or Magnolia. So, yeah, that's what we went with. And let's see it in action. It's actually hilarious. I love this build quite a lot. It's fantastic for just applying tons of different buffs and debuffs. It's crazy. So let's go into it. Okay, so we're gonna go to the Fear Woods, and we're just gonna find lots of random enemies. Okay, here we go. So, with that 75% chance to go first, that kicked in, so we were able to go first. So I'm just gonna use a random AoE. Doesn't matter which one, as long as it's an AoE and you're hitting everything. So I should be able to apply at least one debuff with everything that we have. At least hopefully. Okay, so yeah, I did see a few. We applied heavy, we applied oil. Oil is good for fire, so what we could do is we could utilize Lenny, because she can do fire. So bam, come in with a fire jump, and that Pookie guy should be weak against it. And there you go, weakness. It's fantastic, especially combined with Lenny, because she has access to 3 different elementals: fire, wind, and water. So she's just missing one, which is the earth attack, but that's okay. As long as we're getting, we can always utilize on one of the weaknesses. So let's verse something else here. Alright, we got this guy. We'll use another, just any move. So this time we applied dry, which is actually funny because that would be water, and he's already weak against water, so well, let's just hit him with Heaven's Tears. It's Heaven's Tears, it capitalizes on everything. Bam. Alright, let's go to the next set of monsters here. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, defend. Let's just use double steps so we can get more turrets. Okay. Alright, see how slow Victor is? Like, oh my gosh. Alright, so let's use the AoE. Ooh, I see a silence in there. So this guy got silenced. Then we got wet, dry, and heavy on this guy. We got dry on that one. We didn't get any debuffs on this one, but still, quite a lot of debuffs on this guy. So basically, we can come in with Lenny and just clean up. Boom, boom, bam. So let's go back. Let's go, we'll go back. Let's do our AoE. Okay, so we got dry. So that would be water weakness. So we could also, since he got dry, our second turn, we can follow it up. Okay, come on, little monkeys. Our second turn, we can follow it up with a resistant debuff, which would be Ifrit Song. So we can follow it up with this, and then, whoops, that wasn't a good example. I was supposed to use Lenny's water jump because it would do more damage since it was weak against water, plus we lowered its water resistance, so you would be doing even more damage with Lenny, but yeah, whoops. My bad, guys. But you can see the potential and the amount of combinations you could use. Just that one move and all those debuffs. It just applies everything. So he got wet, so he's gonna be weak against, I think, wind. Let me see if that actually works. It should have a weakness to it. Okay, he did, yep. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Even though he was weak against water, that one move is able to open up a whole nother strategy, basically. On top of that, we have the chance to silence too. You can also do let me go into my crystals here. You can also extend the breaks. You can do a dispel on hit. You can do what else? I know you could do poison and toxic on hit. You could do paralyze extender. You could do poison extender. Yeah, poison on hit, silent on hit. I think we have silent already. You can do sleep. But yeah, you can do poison and toxic if you take off sleep, because you're not really going to be able to use or utilize poison and toxic if you have sleep on. So if you have sleep in that, you can't utilize poison and toxic. And yeah, that's pretty much the build. You're just inflicting a lot of stuff. it's fun. I love using Victor. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or concerns about anything, or you're stuck on something, just let me know. And you guys all take care. Peace.